Hi guys! Have you ever wondered who controls the internet? Who is the secret behind this bizarre internet? Or maybe internet providing companies such as Jio, Airtel or BSNL own the internet. But this is not true, because if one company stops providing internet, then the other company is there to use. Then you'd think maybe our government controls it. But that isn't true either. At most, the government can remove 2-3 Facebook posts or block websites. But they can be bypassed easily. And this does not amount to control over the internet worldwide. Then maybe you could think that companies like Google, Facebook, and YouTube control it because they have the largest amount of data. But this isn't true either, because you can build a website of your own and these companies won't be able to interfere into it. So, the question is, when you're building a website of your own, who is providing you to space to create the website on the internet? Is there a website that can tell you which website you can build and which you can't? In this educational video, I'd like to tell you about the internet. So, what are we waiting for? Because the internet is an important tool in maintaining freedom and democracy worldwide, countries like China keep their citizens blocked off completely from certain websites. Some websites like Google, YouTube, and Facebook are permanently blocked there. Because the Chinese government brainwash its citizens in a particular way, therefore, I think it's essential to understand how the internet works and what it is. And that is what I will tell you guys. www.youtube.com. This is a URL or a link. YouTube here is called a domain name, and the .com is called the top-level domain. If you want to build your own website, then you will have to buy your own domain name. There are some websites that sell domain names. For example, GoDaddy.com. Now the question is, who gave GoDaddy the authority to sell domain names? There must be someone who gives assent to GoDaddy.com to sell domain names. There is another authority above it. The name is ICANN, Internet Cooperation for Assigned Names and Numbers, ICANN. This is a non-profit organization based in Los Angeles. You could say that this is the top-level authority regarding the internet. It has power to authorize websites like GoDaddy.com to sell domain names. This is the authority that decides upon which websites can sell domain names. It can provide .com, .in, .info, .gov, .org, .au, etc. Your mobile phones and computers are data centers and servers that are connected to each other through wires. Huge underwater cables have been laid throughout the continents that connect computers worldwide to one another, which makes up internet. Now, you could ask that my mobile isn't connected to any cable, then how does the internet work on my mobile phones? Mobile phones operate through mobile towers and 3G, 4G, which do not have an extremely wide range. Your phone has 3G or 4G signals only when you are close to the mobile towers. The towers itself are connected to wires around the world. For example, let's say a huge wire came to India and spread through Mumbai to different parts of India, due to which internet reached different parts of the country. So, in a way, you could say that the company that has laid down these wires holds a huge amount of significant power because it is supplying internet to many different places. Secondly, you could say that the companies that lay down cables on land to help internet reach every house hold by connecting these wires to the main cable and connect your computers to the internet worldwide. They too have a huge significant power. They are called ISPs, Internet Service Providers. These would be Airtel, Jio, BSNL, Vodafone, or Telstra that supply internet to your homes, and yes, they do hold a significant power because these ISPs can block certain websites upon the direction of the government, if the government says so. But they don't hold sufficient powers to control a lot of things, because you could use VPNs to overcome the blockades of the IPSs. What is IP address? Just like every phone has a number from which you can call another phone, similarly, every device connected to the internet has an IP address. Be it your computer, your phone, or be it any other server like a data center. If it is connected to the internet, it will have an IP address no matter what happens. Each website too has an IP address. For example, if you make a phone call on a number, then the call goes on another which you can talk on. Similarly, when you type an IP address in your browser, it goes to another server, and you are able to view this website of that server on your own computer. Now, you could say that you type the domain name, not the IP address. The domain names are connected to the IP address. Actually, humans can't read IP addresses because it is written in digits and numbers. So, the domain name is a human-readable form of an IP address. When you type the domain name of a website in your browser, then the thing that converts the domain name into the IP address is called a domain name server, DNS. Sometimes the internet service providers, the ISPs, block certain websites from the DNS so that when you type the domain name, it is not able to link it to a particular IP address. So, the DNS of internet service providers, ISPs, blocks you from reaching certain websites. For this, you can simply use a public DNS. For example, the DNS for Google is 8.8.8.8. You can go on your phone, go in settings, and change your DNS. Same with your computer. You can now use a public DNS. Obviously, using a VPN is another way. So, let us revert to our original question. Who controls the internet? Whom does it belong to? The correct answer is that the internet belongs to nobody and everybody. Because the internet runs only when it is a decentralized system, and if you wish to buy part of the internet, if you wish to own it, you can only own it when you build a website of your own. How can you build your own website? You may ask, well, I will list all the things in the description and I will tell them in the video. So, first thing, is buy your own domain name. Then you'd need to buy a server where your website can be stored. Now, you may ask that before I said your phones, your computers could also be servers. Yes, they certainly can be, but it does not have enough processing power and space to store an entire website. Also, neither your computer or your phones run 24/7. Only when it runs 24/7 you will be available to the users 24/7 on the internet. So, what the people generally do is large companies have set up their data centers and huge servers which are very secure. You could go buy a server there to store your website. Then you will have to link your domain name to your server and publish your DNS. Now, think about it. You own a website. What if you're able to use this website like your own hard disk or USB at home? Because the website is providing you a storage space, which is on a server. Whenever you are out somewhere, you can merely open up your website on the internet, and you're able to view the documents on the website just like you view the documents stored on a hard disk. The difference being the world would not be able to access the website. Only you would be able to access it because it would have a username and password. What if I told you there are thousands of apps where you can do this, like home.me and more? So that was it for today. But before you go, I have got some shout outs to give to my mum and dad for inspiring me to create these educational videos and much more. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. If you can, ring that ringy-dingy bell. Catch me next time with a special video. So, that was it for today. But before you go, I have got some shout outs to give to my mum and dad for inspiring me to create these educational videos and much more. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. If you can, ring that ringy-dingy bell. Catch me next time with a special video.